Welcome to another Kevin's English School's English learning video. Want to improve your English for daily conversations? Today we're embarking on an exciting journey together. Our mission? To enhance your English skills specifically for everyday interactions. English is vital, a global language, a bridge connecting diverse cultures. Mastering it can open doors, both personally and professionally. We're going to dive into essential phrases, sentences, and responses that you'll need in your day-to-day life. So, whether you're ordering a coffee or discussing the weather, we've got you covered. Get ready to dive into the world of English language. Starting a conversation is the first step. And to do that, you need to know how to greet someone. So let's dive into some common greetings you'll hear and use in English. First, we have the simplest and most universal greeting, hello. Hello is a friendly, informal way to greet someone at any time of the day. No matter where you are, a warm hello will always be a good start. Moving on, we have good morning. This phrase is used to greet people in the morning hours. Good is an adjective that means something is nice or pleasant. Morning refers to the early part of the day, usually before noon. So when you say good morning, you're wishing someone a pleasant start to their day. Next up is good afternoon. This greeting is used after the morning has passed, typically between noon and sunset. Afternoon is the period of the day that follows the morning and precedes the evening. So when you say good afternoon, you're wishing someone a pleasant middle part of the day. Lastly, we have good evening. This phrase is used after the sun goes down and before it's time to go to bed. Evening is the latter part of the day, usually from sunset until bedtime. Therefore, when you say good evening, you're wishing someone a pleasant end to their day. Remember, these greetings are more than just words. They are a way to show respect, make a connection, and start a conversation. So don't be shy. Practice these greetings, say them out loud, use them when you meet someone, and there you have it. Those are some of the most common greetings in English. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Each one is used at a different time of day, and each one is a friendly, respectful way to start a conversation. Now, you can start a conversation in English with confidence. As seen script. Questions open doors to new conversations. Let's dive in and explore some of the most common questions you'll hear in everyday English. The first one is, how are you? It's an essential phrase that can be used in almost any situation. How is a word that asks about condition or quality. Are is a form of be, which refers to existence or a state of being. You refers to the person you're speaking to, so when you ask, how are you? You're inquiring about the other person's state of being or their well-being. The second question is, what's your name? This question is usually one of the first things you ask when you meet someone new. What's is a contraction of what is, and it's used to ask for specific information. Your is a possessive adjective that shows something belongs to the person you're speaking to. Name is a word or set of words by which a person is known. So, what's your name? Is asking for the specific information that identifies the person you're speaking to. Lastly, where are you from? This question is often used to inquire about someone's origin or the place they consider home. Where is used to ask in or to what place. Are is, again, a form of be. From indicates the starting point or origin of something. So where are you from is asking about the starting point or origin of the person you're speaking to. These questions, how are you, what's your name, and where are you from, might seem simple, but they're incredibly powerful. They help us to initiate conversations, establish connections, and learn more about the people around us. Remember, the magic lies in the simplicity. Start with these basic questions, and you'll find yourself engaging in meaningful conversations before you know it. With these questions, you can get to know someone better. Responding correctly is as important as asking. Now that we've covered some basic questions in English, let's dive into the art of responding. Remember, communication is a two-way street. It's not just about asking questions, but also about giving appropriate responses. Let's start with the response to how are you? A simple and common reply is, I'm fine, thank you. Here, I'm is a contraction of I am. Fine means you're doing well, and thank you expresses gratitude for the person asking about your well-being. If someone asks what's your name, you can respond with, my name is, followed by your name. My indicates possession. Name is what you're referred to as. Is links the subject to the predicate, and then you state your actual name. When asked, where are you from? You can say, I'm from, followed by your country or city. Similar to the previous response, I'm is a contraction of I am. From indicates origin, and then you mention your place of origin. In response to "Do you speak English?" you can say "Yes, I do" if you do speak English, or "No, I don't" if you don't. Yes and no are straightforward responses indicating affirmation or negation, respectively. I do and I don't are auxiliary verb phrases, with do indicating affirmative action and don't, a contraction of do not, indicating negation. Lastly, for "What do you do?" which is often asking about your job or profession, you can respond with "I'm" followed by your job title. Again, I'm is I am, a is a singular indefinite article, and then you say your job title. These are just a few examples of common responses to basic questions in English. Remember, the key to mastering responses is practice. The more you practice, the more natural your responses will become. You're now ready to respond in English. Politeness goes a long way in any conversation. That's an important thing to remember, not just in English, but in any language. The beauty of politeness is that it helps to build a positive rapport with the person you're talking to. Today, we'll focus on 3 key polite phrases: please, thank you, and you're welcome. Let's start with please. This is a word you use when you're asking for something or when you're making a request. It's a simple word, but it can make a big difference. Saying please shows respect and consideration for the person you're speaking to. For example, if you're at a restaurant and you're ready to order, you might say, "Can I have the spaghetti, please?" Next, we have thank you. This is a phrase we use to express gratitude. When someone does something nice for you or gives you something, it's customary to say, "Thank you." It's a way of acknowledging the kind act and showing appreciation. So, if someone holds the door open for you, you would say thank you. Our last phrase is "you're welcome." This is a response to thank you. When someone thanks you for something, you can reply with "you're welcome." It's like saying, "It was my pleasure to help." So, if you held the door open for someone and they said thank you, you would respond with "you're welcome." So, there you have it. 3 simple but powerful phrases that can help you be polite in any English conversation. Please, when you're asking for something. Thank you, when you're expressing gratitude. And you're welcome, when you're responding to a thank you. Remember, being polite is more than just using the right words. It's about showing respect and consideration for others. Now, you can be polite in any English conversation. Your opinion matters, and so does expressing it correctly. English is a language rich in phrases and expressions that allow us to share our thoughts and views. Today, we're going to explore the common ways to express your opinion in English, such as I think, I believe, and in my opinion. Let's start with I think. It's a simple, straightforward way to express your thoughts. The word think is derived from Old English then can, which means to conceive in the mind. So when you say I think, you're essentially sharing what you conceive or perceive in your mind. Next, we have I believe. This phrase is a step up from I think in terms of conviction. When you say I believe, you're expressing a deeply held conviction or belief. The term believe comes from Old English believe in, which means to trust or have confidence in. So using I believe adds a layer of certainty and trust to your opinion. Lastly, we have in my opinion. This is a more formal way to express your thoughts or views. The term opinion is derived from the Latin opinare, which means to think or judge. So when you say in my opinion, you're sharing your judgment or viewpoint on a subject. Remember, expressing your opinion is not just about stating what you think, believe, or judge. It's also about respecting the opinions of others. This is achieved by using phrases like, I respect your view, but I think, or I understand where you're coming from, but in my opinion. These phrases convey that you value the other person's perspective, even if you don't agree with it. Now, you might be wondering when to use which phrase. I think is best for casual, everyday conversations. I believe is suited for situations where you need to express a strong conviction. And in my opinion is ideal for more formal or academic discussions. Expressing your opinion in English is no longer a challenge. All conversations end, and it's important to end them well. Just as we've learned to start our chats on a high note, saying goodbye is equally essential. It's not just about ending the conversation, it's about leaving a good impression that lasts long after the words have been spoken. Let's begin with the most common phrase, goodbye. This term is a contraction of the phrase, God be with ye. Over time, it has evolved into the more casual goodbye we use today. It's a universal farewell, appropriate for both formal and informal situations. Next, let's discuss see you later. This phrase is more casual and implies that you expect to meet the person again in the future. The word see refers to meeting or encountering someone, while later indicates a time in the future. So when you say, see you later, you're expressing a hopeful sentiment, a future reunion. Then there's take care. This phrase is often used when parting ways with someone you care about. Take means to accept or receive something, and care refers to the attention and consideration we give to avoid damage or risk. So when you say take care, you're essentially wishing the person well, hoping they stay safe and well. Lastly, we have catch you later. This is a very informal way of saying goodbye, often used among friends. Catch in this context means to meet or see someone, and later, as we learned before, refers to a future time. So this phrase is similar to see you later, but with a more relaxed and friendly tone. Remember, the right farewell can make a lasting impression. It can convey respect, friendship, and care. It can also set the tone for your next meeting, so choose your parting words wisely. You can now end any English conversation gracefully. Practice makes perfect, and repetition is the key to learning. As we wrap up our exploration of essential English phrases and sentences for everyday life, let's take a moment to revisit the key points we've covered. Remember, these phrases and expressions are your building blocks to mastering everyday English conversations. We started off with greetings, those simple yet powerful phrases that open doors to communication. Whether it's a cheerful good morning to start the day, or a casual, hey, how's it going? To a friend, greetings are the stepping stones to further conversation. Next, we dove into basic questions. These are your tools for gathering information, from the simple, what's your name, to the more complex, could you please tell me where the library is? Remember, questions are not just about getting answers, they're about showing interest and engaging with others. Then we moved on to responses. These are your reactions to the information or questions you receive. Whether it's a simple yes, I do, or a more detailed explanation, responses help to keep the conversation flowing and show that you're actively participating. We also looked at polite phrases. These are essential for showing respect and maintaining a positive atmosphere during your interactions. Phrases like please, thank you, and excuse me are small courtesies that can go a long way. Expressing opinions was another crucial topic we explored. Whether you're stating, I think that's a great idea, or respectfully disagreeing with, I see your point, but I have a different view, expressing your thoughts and feelings is a vital part of human communication. And finally, we discussed farewells. These phrases help us to end conversations on a positive note, whether it's a simple goodbye or a more personal, take care, see you soon. Each of these categories of phrases and sentences plays a unique role in our daily conversations. By practicing them regularly, you'll not only improve your English skills, but also become more confident in expressing yourself in any situation. Remember, language is not just about words and grammar. It's about connecting with others, sharing ideas, and understanding different perspectives. And the more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become. So keep these phrases and sentences close to your heart. Use them, repeat them, and make them a part of your everyday conversations. As we've seen today, even the simplest phrases can have a powerful impact. Keep practicing, and you'll master English for daily conversations in no time.